Welcome back to the next of our Bible studies. We are on day 141. We are looking at the moment at the statutes and laws of Old Israel, and particularly at laws relating to human behavior towards other humans. And we come now to the Old Testament law about divorce. We are looking at Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 1 to 4. What if a man gets married and subsequently decides he doesn't like something about his wife? If he decides he doesn't want her, he can write out divorce documents. And once he has presented her with them, he can send her away. What, then, if she marries someone else, and he too finds fault with her and presents her with divorce papers and sends her away? Or what happens if her second husband dies? In either case, her first husband is not allowed to remarry her. From his point of view, she is now sullied, and if he remarried her, Yahweh would not be pleased. You are not allowed to do anything so terribly sinful in the land which Yahweh your God is giving to you. This is an ancient, traditional law. It would have been included in the original book of Deuteronomy, found in the temple by Josiah. As we shall see, there are huge differences between the attitudes to marriage seen here and the ideals expressed in the New Testament. Patriarchal societies in the ancient Middle East kept women in a lowly place by various means, including making marriage routine between older men and much younger women, by the practice of polygamy, and by making divorcing an assertive wife very easy indeed. These verses brought the ancient customs under the purview of legal formality. Access to writing materials would not have been easy before modern times, and a proper divorce document to place in a wife's hand would have had to be prepared by a scribe who knew the recognized legal forms. There appears to have been no need for a legal judgment or decision. The husband's opinion was the law. A divorced woman was regarded to a certain extent as sullied goods, and although after having been divorced she had the freedom to marry someone else, if that marriage failed for any reason, she was not allowed to go back to her first husband again. Jesus had himself explicitly denounced divorce on the Jewish pattern given by Moses. You can read what he says in Mark chapter 10, verses 1 to 12. And in early Christianity, marriage emerged as a much more equal relationship. St. Paul, although he said as a matter of course that wives should obey their husbands, also gave husbands orders that more than reciprocated this. He told husbands to love, worship and serve their wives, and even sacrifice their lives for their wives, as Christ had done for his wife, the church. You can read St. Paul's attitude to this in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 21 to 33. Tomorrow we look at a law in Deuteronomy which might have saved England from the ravages of Henry VIII's Reformation, if only he'd read it. I'll see you tomorrow.